What is up, YouTube? My name would be OG Nick Marsh. This is Focused Hip Hop, and today... So last night, I was scrolling through Twitter. I was glued to Twitter last night because I was waiting for anything to happen in response to the leaked Drake diss. And something did happen. Rick Ross, of all people, responded like 2 hours after the official CDQ version of the Push-Ups Drake diss came out. And when I saw that happened, I was like, my hype level like spiked. Like I was like, okay, let's go. I was super excited. And then I listened to the diss song and I was like, okay. But you know, I've never really been a Rick Ross fan personally. I've listened to every single Rick Ross album and I think none of them are good. My favorite is Mastermind. That has like the most songs that I actually like. My favorite Rick Ross song is Blessings in Disguise, but it's mostly because of the beat and the Zero feature and Scarface feature. But it wasn't a bad diss. It was actually pretty solid. For a Rick Ross song, I think it was like what I would have expected. It's not something I'm going to be listening to again because, you know, I just find Rick Ross's flow to be really boring. I love his voice, but the way he flows just puts me to sleep. But yeah, he mentioned Drake's ghostwriting stuff. The biggest thing came at the end where, oh yeah, throughout the diss he kept calling Drake white boy, which was pretty funny. I guess because Drake's half white. He's mixed. And as a mixed person myself, I didn't really feel any type of way about that. I mean, maybe because I'm not mixed with white, but I think if I was half white, I would probably maybe be a little offended. but personally, I'm not really. I just think it's funny. The main thing that I got was that Rick Ross accused Drake of getting a nose job to make himself look more Eurocentric, I guess. That's fucking funny. I'm sorry, that's fucking funny. These fucking bugs, man. There's so many bugs out here. One thing I'm sorry, I'm high as fuck right now, but one thing I want to mention is that the outro of the CDQ version of the Drake diss, fire. Okay? He needs to make that a full song. Like, when it switched to that part, I was like, is he gonna spit an extra verse? I was like, is there an extended version? He needs to, like, that part was so good. And then it just, like, ended. That was so disappointing to me, but yeah, I still think that shit's fire. I've listened to that shit so many times since it came out. It just gets better as I listen to it, bro. But yeah, maybe I need to do the same with the Rick Ross track. But I don't know. I don't really care about Rick Ross. I'm not really a fan. But yeah, we'll see what happens. All eyes are on Kendrick. But yeah, that's I just have to say, what's happening right now is very exciting. And this is like the most excited I've been about hip hop in a long time. Thank you, Kendrick, for dropping that verse. Thank you, Future, for putting that shit out. Yeah, Future, Kendrick, Rick Ross, Drake, A$AP Rocky's in it now. He just dissed Drake on the new Future album that came out. Who else? Is that it? Is anyone else involved? I'm not sure. I might be forgetting someone. But yeah, I think Kendrick's about to drop a response because Daylight basically teased that he heard a Kendrick response. He said he woke up to a notification on his phone that had him freaking the fuck out, basically. And I think Willie B, the person who produced Rigor Mortis, also produced the upcoming Drake response from Kendrick. So I'm fucking hyped. I think that's pretty much all I've got to say. The Rick Ross song was okay. I give it like a 3 out of 5. If I have to listen to Rick Ross, I would be okay with that song being played. I think it's an okay song. It's not bad at all. Personally, Rick Ross's rapping doesn't really do much for me. He kind of is just not very interesting to me, so yeah. But damn, this lighting is crazy. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because, you know, I think I'm gonna, throughout this beef, I'm just gonna do video updates because I get so excited that I can't type my thoughts out as quickly as they're coming to my head, which is very rare for me. Usually I need to like type it out to like think about it. But yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts out quickly. Bruh, I feel bad for J. Cole. J. Cole is part of it too, that's right. I knew I was forgetting someone. Yeah, and then I saw someone say that Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion set the tone for 2024 with the little beef they had. I didn't really listen to either of those tracks, or I didn't listen to the Meg one. I listened to the Nicki Minaj diss, and I think that's probably the second worst diss song I've ever heard, or maybe third worst diss song I've ever heard. The other diss songs that I think are really bad that I've heard are Big Weenie by Eminem and fucking Gotta Know or Wanna Know by Meek Mill. Those were some pretty bad ones. But yeah, shout out to Rick Ross for actually, you know, that's one thing I respect about Rick Ross. He's not afraid to throw a diss, because I remember when he dissed Birdman, that was cool. So yeah, shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to Drake for putting out, well, I guess he hasn't released the Push Ups diss officially, but shout out to him for leaking it. And he's acknowledged it. Like he's posting him and Rick Ross have been going back and forth on Instagram. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Legalize it, don't demonize it. Stay keeping, my brothers and sisters. And as always, peace out.
It's totally surreal.